Alienized Photos, Industry Talk, Episode 1. Alienized Photos, Industry Talk. Welcome to the first episode. Yes, yes, yes. So I just want to jump right into it. I'm not long winded. A lot of my episodes would be around 23 minutes. Now, back then, when you look at TV shows, you see the average duration was about 23 minutes in that 30-minute slot. So, yeah, I just want to jump right into it, set some expectations, what to expect, things that I'll be sharing. I'll also have interviews, but mainly this will be a solo podcast, and you get to listen in on my journal, my personal journal. I definitely want to have everything about this podcast be about different industries, and we use our voice, our platforms, as I'm using Alienized Photos Industry Talk. This podcast, it's a media platform, so I want to focus on all things media as well, and kind of combining the two. Every industry, to get out there, it needs media some way, whether it's a social media post, whether it's a flyer on someone's car, whether if it's knocking on someone's door and it's documented on camera, or if you do interviews. A lot of these things in marketing is media, and I knew that it was important for me to be in the media space, and also own your media. Like, the way the world is set up is because of media and the media influence. And that's why I'm big on positive messages. I love capturing and documenting things with impact and positive messages, as I do a lot of events, do a lot of video production, things with a good cause, things with a good purpose, things that inspire, things that motivate, things that bring you life, things that teach. And I'm forever a student, so I'm big on that. And I'm officially jumping into this recording, as it didn't capture it, but good, I'm having backup audio. This is the first episode, but just setting some expectations. And I do want to speak about mindset later on this first episode, because how can you receive a lot of things that's going to be broadcast on this platform? You got to have the right mindset, and the right mindset to take it in, to retain it and filter it, you know, in every bloodstream and nerve in your body in the right places. But in order to do that, your mind, your brain, it has to be in the correct headspace. Before you start anything, you have to have the right mindset. Again, welcome to the first episode of Alienized Photos Industry Talk, as we discuss all things media and how different trends affect different industries. I'm journaling my existence with my encounter with different industries, and also bringing my knowledge mainly from the creative realm and also entrepreneur business realm. The things that I know, the background I have, collaborating with a lot of a lot of case studies. And I was trying to figure out how I wanted to say it, but I could say a lot of the things we do are case studies. We're trying on different marketing techniques. Oh, does this work? It may work for someone else, but does it work for you? Hmm. Something to think about. But before you start anything, you have to get your mindset right. You have to continue to water yourself with self love, real love. Continue to learn and do mental exercises, just like bodybuilders go to the gym for physical exercise to stay in physical shape. You also need to stay mentally in shape and mentally, physically, thought, decisiveness, and physical form of the shape that you want to allow growth to seep in. You need to stay mentally in shape. Similar to missing a day watering a plant or even your garden. But if you miss a few more days, a week, a month, a year, a couple years, and so on, that plant will eventually decay, transition, wither away. The plant, that flower, that garden was no longer in shape. And you could put in shape in parentheses because, as we spoke about the bodybuilder going to the gym to get physically in shape, let's continue to water our minds and let it grow and prosper and be hydrated and nourished. You know how good you feel when you nourish versus you're hungry, you're tired, your energy depleted. When you well rested, you hydrated, got some, water on a mildly cool day with the, sun beaming, sunset, and you get some good food, but it ain't like a lot where, you sluggish and, got the itis and want to go to sleep afterwards. When you well nourished, when you're fed, oh, you could conquer the world. So think about when you're always like this. That flower, that plant is gone, no longer in shape. It's bent over. It D-I-E. I don't like saying negative words because I'm big on vibrations. And, it lost its shape. It became a skeleton. So, what are the things that you are doing before your physical body turns to a skeleton? What are the things we are doing that we're living life, making impact, learning, being a student, growing? Because who loves the hamster wheel? Running in a circle, in a circle, in a circle, in a circle, 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 over and over and over, do it over. That's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over again is insanity. So why do we do the things that we don't like over and over and over again? It's just time to stop it. Why are we in industries that we don't like? Why are we with or even collaborating with companies we don't like? I speak a lot to entrepreneurs and also creatives. So those are my main two demographic targets, but I'm also speaking to everybody. You could apply this to life. Share this with a colleague, a family member, because this is real talk at the end of the day. And we really have to start with our mind and get it in shape. And, you know, And it saddens me because I ain't gonna say the school system failed this current generation. That's currently 2025, if you want to put a date on it. But the reading levels has tremendously went down, and a lot of things are technology based, versus, let's say, even 20 years ago, where we had kids picking up books. 10 years from now, all they gonna know is ebooks and not know what a physical book was. We used to hold this in our hand, turn the pages, hear the swoosh, and hear that crack in the back as you first open it, as you glance at the cover, like, okay, let's open it and see what's inside. You hear that like a screechy door. Yeah. And then the flicker and turn of the pages. All right, as y'all can see, I'm not the best with sounds, but I love being animated. And we're gonna have fun. And like, again, I want you to get used to me, and you know, I don't want to set too many expectations, but I definitely want to give you a frame and a structure of how it will go. Now, again, this is like journaling and just my insights on a lot of these solo episodes. But when I interview, it'll be interview style, question answer, have organic conversation as well. And there may be some BTS that come along with it, but I do want to keep this strictly an audio podcast. Now, there will be content where you see clips and stuff and video, and also, like I said, behind the scenes BTS, different clips, and also promotions. So yeah, the best way I feel to tune is with the audio. I really want you to listen. I don't even want you to worry about the video. I want you to close your eyes and listen. And someone said, actually, a few people, you have a radio voice. You have that smooth talker, smooth operator. Could listen to you all day. Like, you have a real chill, calming voice. It's just comforting and soothing. So I definitely want to express that, and you know, want you to focus in on my voice and what I'm saying and things that's being put in the light, and also the conversation, the questions, the answers, the thoughts, the ideas. Because at the end of the day, we are here for each other, to build each other and one another up, to continue to grow and blossom, be fruitful. And I heard this quote from Myron Golden, tremendous biblical business coach. When you set the intention, the obstacles come. When you set the intention, the obstacles come. The obstacles come when you set that intention, when you set what you want, and you set intention towards it. That's when the problems and mishaps come. But you got to maneuver and get through them. Just like anything else in life. And I was talking with a friend and, discussing how they felt defeated and, they lost. And I said, well, we could eat losses or L's, they like to call it L's, almost like vegetable soup. We eat that for dinner. It's just fuel. energize me. You gotta have fun and with life and the things in life. And I think it's the same way with business because in some way business is a part of my life. It's a chapter, it's a moment, it's a continuation of my life. So, I want to be happy and smiling and having fun. My religion is based off peace and love. So those aspects helps you be grateful for those quote unquote losses, those L's. But really, if you think about those L's as lessons, what is it teaching you? What is it bringing your attention to? How can you learn from this? What do you need to learn from this? What didn't you see that you can see now? What you see that you didn't see? Sometimes things arise like, oh, we about to go camping. Up here come a snowstorm, an avalanche, rain. Now it's muddy. Planes got to change in the middle of the summer. Well, if you were prepared and you knew those things were going to happen, you could have planned for it. Maybe a thick sheet of tarp, multiple layers, nail it down. Maybe try concrete till it dries up and harden. Or maybe build a house, a cabin, wood, build it up. Then you wouldn't have to worry about those things. Then, you doctor up and tailor it from there. Build that frame, that foundation first. Again, going back to why mindset is important. Once that frame of that house is intact, and I love this because I'm, getting into real estate investing to be specific. So if anyone wants to help guide me and, even talk, have chats about it, I'm definitely open and interested. And I will have a few people from the real estate industry on as we discuss industry trends and, just sharing insights all around. Maybe I could give them some pointers from the outside, something they never thought of. And I know they would definitely bless me with wisdom, seeing their story and how I could learn from it. Again, sometimes we don't experience things. Someone went through it already. Oh, so that's how you tie your shoe. I was doing it like this the whole time. You gotta swoop it around. Okay. And then gotta go underneath. That's how you do that. Okay. I was missing a step. I fell because I missed the step. Literally fail. You fall. And now you're falling down the steps because you missed one step. You was trying to go too fast. You was trying to jump too high at once before you physically work out just like you worked out. You worked out and you used to jumping 5 steps at a time. You able to jump 3 gracefully. So think about when you're trying to go 2 stairs. You can't skip a step because you haven't built that strength. You wasn't doing those workouts. You wasn't giving yourself those physical exercises and also those mental exercises, which is much more important because if you don't have the willpower to do it, you're not going to do it at all. Just like the gym is more mental than physical. The physical is the result of the mental. Cause you be like, oh no, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't good. Or you get to the gym, get in the parking lot, be like, I don't want to work out today, and then go home. It's all mental. You have to get in the gym first. That's the first battle. Like 60%, 65 lose or don't meet their gym goals because they can't even get in the gym. I mean, I was definitely one of those people. But now, the way I really want to focus my mind and study entrepreneurship and now real estate investing. Like I had to do my studies. I had to put in that time. But I know that. So the gym is not that much important to me. I get there when I get there. That's my mindset. And I know that shift. It's a sacrifice. But guess what? When I figure it out, I'm gonna be back in the gym full throttle. But these things that I know because I came with it with attention. I knew I would have challenges along the way also. But it was my intention to do this and get this done and execute on it. Because we have all these ideas, and anybody that know me, I have a bunch of ideas, I always have a bunch of thoughts, a bunch of things. There's like my mind is like binary code just running down the screen, always computing and calculating and thinking of new things and fresh ideas because I love being original too and having fun, like I said, and just combining it with the creativity. It's just like, man, a lot of problems could be solved. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about it, and thinking about it, and I'm thinking about this, and thinking about that problem, and how to solve that. And it's like I'm completing multiple puzzles at once. But one puzzle is not getting done and done on time or in a timely manner because I'm trying to put one puzzle piece in too many puzzles at once. But if I focus on that one, I could get one puzzle done. It was only 24 pieces. It took me 20 years. And I could just focus on one puzzle, get it done versus multiple puzzles. Trying to do 1,000 puzzles at once. Just focus on that one puzzle. And then move on to the next, just like that one stair. And then it compounds. But if you can't do one, you have nothing. And 0 times 0 is 0. But if you do one, then you do two. 1 times 2 is 2. That number. So if you keep going up and up and up incrementally, it gets better. It's like you say you want to read 6 books in a year. Then next year, 7 books. Next, 8. And then you reading a book every 3 days. A book every 3 days. And, when things are foggy or in the haze, we can't see the picture. So you got to focus. It reminds me of like, you know the outfit you're supposed to wear. And then you piling clothes over the outfit you're supposed to be wearing. Just throwing your clothes and it's piling up and it's piling up and piling up. Where's the outfit? You know the outfit you're supposed to be wearing. You've seen it. But maybe it was a little blurry because you didn't focus. You was distracted. Your attention was off. And your intention wasn't on the right things. Because your intention follows your attention and vice versa. Piggybacks off each other. No wonder they sound alike. You know? Maybe you could have the right intention, but if your attention is over here or somewhere else, now it's got to be diverted and it goes somewhere else. It will follow your attention. But if your attention is on your intention and what you're supposed to do, I made this plan to get to this step, and the train tracks, I laid them down. Now I'm diverting from the train tracks. Now that the train is off somewhere in the forest. But yeah, I digress. And this is mindset. And definitely follow me on all media, Alienized Photos, as I am a media company focused on live events. And a quick thing about me, I started off as a creative, a poet, a musician, performing, hosting. And I used to capture people and take pictures on the camera phone, my iPhone. I perform, pull my phone out, and record or take pictures of other artists as they perform. And also, I looked at that as community and showing support. And one day I was like, let me invest in the camera. So I took time out of that and made sacrifices because my attention was on really learning and do it. And then a couple years later, I'm like, yeah, I really enjoy this. It's like, yeah, I could tell stories in a different way now. And I focused on it and I learned. And I started a business, but I didn't start a business right away. I also had to learn business. I'm still learning business. Still bumping my head, but I'm smiling through it all because I know what's on the other side. I know what's on the other side. Like my life partner, she has this song, "Stay Solid." You know, if I got a mushy tool, how can it break down the walls? But if I sharpen my mind, sharpen my head, my thoughts, I could break through that wall. I could pierce through the wall without even touching it because I'm so sharp. If it gets the wall get next to me, it would just shatter because I'm that sharp. It's like you got a nice diamond and it cut you, or a nice stone, you get cut. Similar to a paper cut, you get too close, you get cut. Because I'm that sharp. But again, I digress. And if you want to promote the podcast, I encourage you and promote uh, using industry talk as a hashtag. So hashtag industry talk. Again, hashtag industry talk. And tag Alien House Photos. Let me know that you're listening in, tuning in, and your thoughts and how do you like it. Definitely give me some feedback. All is welcome. If you want to be a guest on the show, you can visit my website at alienizedphotos.com and fill out an inquiry request form. Also, I will have booking links below. Please definitely tap in if you want your event capture, whether that's with videography, photography, or if you're looking for more commercial and video production. All things media, contact me. I even do weddings. Um, so just want to mention that because one of my goals was to be a destination wedding photographer. It got kind of buried, but I do love live events more than all, but secondary is definitely weddings, which I still consider an event. So I love it, and it reminds me of sports. My favorite game is basketball. Those sprinting up and down the court, that marathon, and it just I'll speak about it in another podcast about basketball and how I relate it to life. but the anticipation of that, with certain sports, especially basketball, that certain things in anticipation. Oh, they're gonna go to the basket. I'm anticipating that. Just like with weddings, I anticipate, the rhythm. They're gonna kiss, do the first kiss, and do that. People are gonna come down the aisle. And a tear gonna shed, but you don't know. You gotta anticipate certain moments. And that's what I love about it the most. With live events, you're always on your feet, you're always on your toes. You know what to expect. You may have a template or something that's going to occur, but sometimes things don't happen, and you gotta kind of pivot. And I like it because it's like, okay, now I get to use my mind. As like birthday parties, I don't see the creativity in them, or the in a sense challenge, because you do like a concert. Well, maybe if a light go out, then you it's real dark. How you gonna take photos and focus in? It's dark. Can you really see it? Now things are changed, and so you just gotta continue to pivot, maneuver. But yeah, again. I digress. I'm just excited. It's just like, I got so much to talk about. But again, I do want to keep these close to 23 minutes as possible. There would be some, longer, maybe an hour. I may just break it up at that point, but a lot of these I do want to keep, 23 to a half hour. Again, I'm available for workshops, event coverage, video production, consulting, coaching, high-level projects, and occasionally weddings. Follow me at Alien Eyez, and that's eyes like your eyeballs, eyes with a Z, photos with a S, Alien Eyez Photos, and alieneyezphotos.com. Yes, it's been a blessing. Thank you for tuning in to episode 1. Yeah, the first episode of Alien Eyez Photos Industry Talk. Thank you. Peace, love, and blessings. I love myself. I love my life. I am divine light.